Hello and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about motivation and how you can become even more motivated and keep being motivated when you study and learn to speak English. Okay? So I'm going to be presenting you with not 5, not 10, but 12 steps you can use to keep your motivation to become good at English, because we know sometimes you might get lost. You might be like, oh, I don't really feel like it, or I don't see any progress. So how exactly do you keep your motivation when it comes to that specific issue? So number 1 is going to be, you are going to set clear goals. Define what you want to achieve with your English learning, whether it's being able to have conversations, travel confidently, or excel in your career. Having clear goals gives you a sense of purpose. So here you are going to be setting up clear goals. Okay, what exactly do I want in my learning in my journey of learning English? And in what amount of time do I want to achieve a very narrow and a very specific goal when it comes to English? Let's just say, okay, I want to be able to have a conversation with a native speaker of English, an American, maybe for 10 to 15 minutes without being afraid, without having any hiccups, without forgetting words. I just want to have a normal and nice conversation in English with somebody like that. So you are going to reorient all your strategies to get to that specific goal. So you set clear goals and you follow through. You just keep following them until you achieve. So the second step is going to be break it down. Divide your learning into smaller, achievable tasks. This is a big one, guys, because sometimes we just want to take it all. We just want to achieve everything at once. Just like, okay, I'm gonna learn 150 new different expressions, or just like vocabulary phrases, like maybe phrasal verbs. Yeah, that's one thing. You'll say, okay, I'm gonna memorize 150 phrasal verbs in 2 days, or even in 1 week, and I'm gonna be able to use them at any time. That is not a very achievable goal for the majority of people. The majority, even I could not do that. So you have to break it down. Okay, let's just say, okay, in 1 week, I'm available, let's just say, for 30 minutes or an hour a day that I can set aside so I can study and really focus on what I actually want. So what are you going to do? You're gonna divide and break down what you want to do. You're not going to do everything. You're going to break it down into smaller parts. Okay, today I'm just going to learn 20 phrasal verbs, and tomorrow I'm going to listen to a podcast for 20 minutes. And you're not going to be having an overexposure to material that your brain is simply not going to be able to handle in the long run. And you're just not going to be able to use those expressions because you just won't be able to adjust. Okay, so step number 3. Use engaging resources. Find resources that captivate your interest. This could be through movies, TV shows, music, podcasts, or books. Engaging with content you enjoy will make learning feel less like a chore. This is a big one, and whenever I get the opportunity of recommending tips or just giving tips like to people on how they can become better at their English or just not become bored or lose motivation, I recommend, please do not engage too much with things you don't like. Let's just say, if you're a person who likes, let's just say, soccer. I don't personally like soccer, but let's just say you like soccer, for example. So there's a lot of soccer matches in English. So one thing you could do to improve your English listening abilities, even to enrich your vocabulary, is to watch a lot of soccer games, because you already enjoy doing the thing in your native language. It is not going to be difficult for you to enjoy doing the same thing in a foreign language, in this case, English. Sorry, there's like a plane flying overhead. I just hope you guys cannot hear that. Just go. Come on. So this will not become a chore. What is a chore? A chore is usually an activity, a home task, that you don't necessarily want to do, but you kind of have to do, like cleaning your room, washing the dishes, doing laundry. You don't really, usually, most of us don't want to do these things, but we have to do them, so they become chores. So for your English journey not to become a chore, you kind of have to engage with things you like. Listen to podcasts you specifically like, not the ones I like. Listen to songs you like. Let's just say you like rap music, you like hip-hop music. There's tons of playlists and albums on the internet with hip-hop and rap. So engage with that. There's tons of religious music if you're into that. Reggae. I just don't know that many types of genres. Music genres, I just really don't know much of that. But yeah, you get the idea. Engage with what you like as much as possible, Movies, series, everything in between. Step number 4. Create a routine. Consistency is key. Set aside specific times each day or week for your English learning. Treating it like a regular activity helps it become a habit. So it doesn't really matter how motivated we become. Like usually we set out to, let's just say, okay, I'm gonna do this for, I just choose a goal. I'm gonna learn to drive, or I'm gonna learn a second language, or I'm gonna travel to another country. And for us to execute those plans, we need to be consistent in following the steps we have set to achieve that goal. Okay? You don't just get food prepared like right away. You buy the ingredients and you follow the steps necessary to achieve those goals. So if you stop in the middle of the way, something could go wrong. It's like cooking. Let's just say you're making something that has onions, and those onions have to be deep fried in oil or something like that. Guys, I really don't know how to cook, so please don't judge me. I don't cook. It's really not for me. So you put the onions in the oil and they stay there for too long. They're gonna burn, and if you don't come back and do whatever is necessary, you get the idea. Okay, I just don't know that much cooking, but if you're not consistent in the schedule you have set up to learn English, if you're not consistent with what you have set there, okay, I'm gonna do this, keep doing that. Of course you're not gonna be 100% consistent, because you're human and there's always gonna be a day when you're gonna be sick, maybe when you're just not going to be able to follow through, of course. But whenever you can and whenever you have the time, always do everything you can do to become consistent, and that's gonna help you a lot. Okay, step number 5. Celebrate progress. Recognize and celebrate even small achievements. This positive reinforcement can boost your motivation and keep you excited about your progress. Okay, so this one over here is about celebrating your progress, even the smallest progress you make. This is not something I personally do, but if you're one of those people who really need or who really get motivated out of the small things in life, you know, like you don't have to achieve the bigger goal right away to have the sense of fulfillment, and just when you achieve them, when you do small steps towards your goal, you actually feel even more motivated. Like that sense of purpose that we all get when we achieve something. If you can get that from the smallest steps, then do it. But if you're like me, or like just, you know, these people just really don't care, we can just keep going and going and going until we get to the ultimate goal. Just keep doing that, you know, keep doing that. And yeah, if you can and if you need to, celebrate the small achievements. But if you don't, also you can just not lose motivation, just keep working and working and working and grinding, and probably you will get there, you know. And before we move on to the next step, I'm very, very thankful that you are here watching this video and actually trying to improve your English, improve whatever language. Maybe it's not English, maybe it's another language. I'm very glad that you're here, okay? And good luck. I'm rooting for you. I really want you to succeed, and you will. Be consistent, okay? Do not lose motivation. Step number 6. Okay, this is join language communities. Connect with other English students, either in person or online. Sharing your challenges and successes with a community can provide encouragement and support. Okay, we know that if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go with people. So in English, it's not that much different of a story. You need a community of people who are going to inspire you, and who you are going to inspire in order to keep progressing in your learning of English. Because if you have somebody who you can ask, oh my god, I'm going through like a difficult stage right now where I just really don't understand a certain subject, or a certain vocabulary just does not work for me right now, and you really need support, it's really good to like have somebody who can help you with that. And it would be wonderful if you could find people to do that with, you know. So go online. There's like, if the people who use WhatsApp, there's a lot of WhatsApp groups with people who want to learn English. Instagram, there's a lot of people there. Facebook is a big one, but not everybody uses Facebook. But you can find thousands of groups on Facebook of people committed to learning English, and they actually drop their contacts, their phone numbers for WhatsApp, because it's usually international, so it's usually WhatsApp, the one I'm mostly familiar with, and they just communicate. And if you can't do that, just find people close to you in your country, in your neighborhood. Just find people that can help you be in a community. It could be your class, your teachers, your friends, even your family members. Just find people who will be on the same boat, going to the same place, which is being fluent in English, being fluent in whatever language you are trying to learn. Okay, so step number 7, challenge yourself. Occasionally, step out of your comfort zone. Try more difficult material or engage in conversations with native speakers. Overcoming challenges can boost your confidence. So, have you ever noticed that, like in school, usually math classes, which for me were like, I don't even want to talk about it, you know? You had your teacher explain to you some sort of exercise in fairly simple manner and just give a demonstration or an example that was very easy to grasp. But then when they gave you an exercise for you to solve, it wasn't as easy. There was another layer of difficulty that was there that you had to overcome. So same thing as with language learning. Sometimes when you feel that, yeah, I'm really accustomed, I'm really getting used to what I'm doing now, it's really nice to step out of your comfort zone, step out of the things you regularly engage with. Read a more difficult book, watch a more difficult movie, video, or series. Do something that is challenging, speak to a native speaker. That would be challenging. So if you keep doing that, you're pushing your brain to swim in deeper waters, in deeper, denser waters with more pressure, you know? So that will help you keep motivated because you know that there's always something ahead, something you are striving for. Okay? Now we're gonna go to number 8. Visualize success. Imagine yourself using English in real life situations that matter to you. Visualizing success can keep you focused on your goals. So guys, this is actually when you have to become a dreamer, you know, like somebody who's like their head is up in the clouds, you know, you kind of have to become a dreamer. You put yourself in those situations. I know that for some of you, this is like not normal. Like, why? Imagining myself in situations speaking English, how's that gonna help? But if you do that, you bring a possible future to a present, or rather the feeling, the positive feeling of having that future here in the present. And if that happens, you get motivated, because the goal here is for you to be motivated and not lose the motivation you already have. Okay, so please don't lose it. Just imagine yourself for 5, 10 minutes, 20, think, okay, that would be nice. I'm traveling in Canada, I'm in America, or I'm in Australia, in the United Kingdom, and there's all these different people speaking English, and I'm able to engage with them. I'm able to close that deal. So if you do that, there's no stopping you. You will get what you want, and you will not stop being motivated. Hell no. Okay. Number 9. The video is getting a little bit long, but okay, we're gonna get through this in step number 9. Variety is key. Mix up your learning method. Use a combination of reading, listening, speaking, and writing to keep things interesting and dynamic. Okay, this one is for varying. There's something I learned when I was still in primary school, which was about planting and crops. It was about crops. And it said that we were talking about the fertility of the soil. So they taught us that for your soil to be fertile, to be productive, you had to keep changing the types of crops you plant there. If you planted potatoes this year, maybe next year plant tomatoes. Do not keep planting the same thing, because that will not help the soil become fertile. So if you want the soil to become fertile and better at what it's supposed to do, which is grow crops, you have to keep rotating the crops, rotating them. Okay, so same thing with English. Vary. There's a lot. I've met people who say, oh, I'm able to write, but I'm not able to speak. Why is that? It is usually because they write more in English than they speak. They spend 10 minutes a week speaking, and then they spend 3 hours writing in English, solving grammar exercises from a book. It's not helping. It's really not. You have to balance things out, okay? You have to speak. You should speak. You should write. You should listen. And at the same, let's just say, in the same level, you have to try to balance all of those things at once, you know? You balance those things. Of course, sometimes you're gonna have an ability that kind of nudges a little bit above the others, but that's normal. But and you just try to put some equilibrium, you know, balance things out, okay? I don't know if that makes sense. 10. Be patient. Language learning is a gradual process, except that there will be ups and downs and setbacks, and they are normal. Patience is crucial for maintaining long-term motivation. Okay, so you already know this, like, you're not always going to be motivated. Like, these are the 12 steps to be motivated, but it is impossible to be 100% motivated 100% of the time. You're just not going to be able to do that. And while you're not able to do that, you just accept it. Accept it and be patient with the process. Accept it and be patient with yourself. You're not a machine, you're a human, and you need time to grow. You need time to progress, and it is gonna happen. You are going to get to your English goal. It's just gonna take a little bit of time, okay? This is 11. Reward yourself as you achieve milestones. Treat yourself to something you enjoy. This can create a positive association with your learning journey. Okay, make it fun, guys. Make it good. Make it good. You know, like you don't achieve a milestone and not have anything that is going to reward that. Every birthday is a special day because you are achieving a milestone. You're achieving a goal of like growth. You know, it's new stuff is happening. So when that happens, when you achieve something, let's just say you wanted to memorize 100 words, okay, and you were able to do that. Buy candy, maybe. I don't know. Whatever works for you, whatever makes you happy, just do it. Whatever flies your plane, just reward yourself, okay? I think you understand what I mean. I just don't really have any other way of explaining this. So let's go to the last one, which is number 12. Remember. Remember why. Remind yourself why you started learning English in the first place. This can reignite your initial enthusiasm and motivation. So this one is pretty obvious. You have to always know why. Why am I learning English? Why am I learning to speak English? Is it because of a job? Is it because I want to travel? Why is it? So you focus on that, and whenever you get demotivated, unfocused, and you just don't want to do it, just try to remember, oh, but I really need to get that job, or I really need to travel, or how good would it be if I were able to speak to a native speaker, if I were able to speak like my teachers, like me, this guy here on YouTube that you probably have never seen before. Thank you for being here, by the way. So remember why, and always tell yourself that. So remember, guys, be motivated. We are drawing to the end and the closure of this video. So I'm grateful that you watched it, and I hope you could get value from the video. So if you have any questions, any doubts, anything you want to say, please comment on the video, and I will be seeing you on the next one. Bye-bye.